Still here? Still here? Huh? Still here. He's still here, guys. Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Simba. And we are going to talk about the top 5 worst A Christmas Carol adaptations. Some whoa, Simba, stop it. Down. Some disclaimers. Ooh. Most of these I am talking about from memory. That is because I don't have internet, so I can't really stream anything. 2, I do not own these, and I have not owned these since I was younger, and I just cannot find them, or I watched them recently, and it just was not. It just did not stick in here. So, yeah, top 5 worst A Christmas Carol adaptations. Number 5, Barbie A Christmas Carol. I think it's so low on my list. That is because it's a childhood staple. It's a child. Barbie has a great place in my heart. I love all of the early Barbie movies, like Princess and the Pauper, Nutcracker, Swan Lake, the fairy one, the first fairy one. After that, no. And yeah, Barbie's just a thing in my heart. And when I remember this coming out. I think this came out the same year as Jim Carrey's A Christmas Carol, which I found hilarious. I remember watching it, and even as 9-year-old me was like, "This is A Christmas Carol." Okay. So Barbie's A Christmas Carol focuses on Eden Scrooge, Barbie as Eden Scrooge, and she hates Christmas. And she treats her opera posse, opera house employees, opera house employees terribly. Yeah, she's an opera singer, and she's stuck up, and she just hates Christmas. And she gets visited by her aunt who raised her. And she gets told, "You're going to be visited by 3 ghosts if you do not change your act." And she doesn't change her act. And the next day, she gets visited by 3 ghosts. Why is this on my worst list? So it follows the bare bones of A Christmas Carol, and therefore it's not the best. It's not the greatest. It's not the worst, but it's not the greatest. The one tick off that I do have about this whole movie, not the whole movie, but the movie, is that they make the Ghost of Christmas Future. 1, we actually see what the Ghost of Christmas Future looks like, and 2, they make her talk. To me, that is like making Tom and Jerry talk. No, you don't do that. You do not do that. The Ghost of Christmas Future cannot talk. That's not how the future works. You also cannot show what they look like, because you don't know what the future looks like. And if the future looks like a white old lady, oh no, that one just gets me in the heart most, because that's I think that's how we all know the Ghost of Christmas Future, and it's so ominous. But it's also Barbie. We can't do dark with Barbie, and so it's not the greatest. It's not the worst. It's just not great. There's one song that is good. that is sung by little Eden and little Catherine, who is Eden's best friend, and they sing "Sit on the Rooftop," I think, and it's pretty cute and catchy. But as in regards to it as an adaptation, not the best thing ever. Number 4, A Carol Christmas with Tori Spelling and what you talking about, Willis, that guy. Um, Rest in peace. This one wasn't good because they made Carol too unlikable. When she goes through this whole thing, through the whole bare bones of A Christmas Carol, it doesn't feel like that she should be redeemed at all. And I don't know, maybe I haven't seen this one for maybe like 3 years, and so my memory's like not like remembering a lot. I just don't remember liking her, and that's usually like you don't like Scrooge at first, but then as you go on, you still don't really like him. But then the understanding comes in, and then you kind of like him a little bit, and he's kind of cool. Like okay, fine, but then but this one, no, I just did not like her at all. Did not like this character. Did not like her growth. It didn't do the adaptation of A Christmas Carol well. Number 3, Mr. Magoo, A Christmas Carol. So, out of all of these, this is probably the one that I remember the least, but I remember the impact of it more. I remember so 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 Mr. Magoo, a blind man, is putting on a show of A Christmas Carol, and that's pretty much what it is. It's a show. It's a show of A Christmas Carol. But he actually goes through it. It's kind of weird, and it has the '70s animation. I think it premiered on TV in '76, I think, or '78, something like that. And it really shows the the animation isn't great. In terms of Christmas Carol adaptation, it just didn't leave a mark on me at all. And yeah, it's just not memorable. Number 2. You guys are going to kill me. I'm going to get so many hate comments. A Muppet's Christmas Carol. I can already hear the, oh my god, what? What? I can already hear that. Let me explain. The Muppets was never really my thing. It was fine. Muppets Most Wanted is kind of like one of the only like memorable and good Muppets movie that I liked. That's probably because I'm a Ricky Gervais and a Ty Burrell. But anyway, yeah, I just didn't like it. Michael Caine as Scrooge. It's mainly because of Michael Caine that I did not like this movie. It looks like he's not putting in any effort. He's just going by and doing the whole Scroogey thing that was expected of him. Nothing more. And when he has to interact with the Muppets, it's really awkward. When he has to interact with the Muppets, it's really awkward, and it's bad, guys. And his singing. They shouldn't. If they needed him to sing, they should have just dubbed him. And I'm not a fan of dubbing when the actor can sing. I'm more in favor of dubbing when they can, because you can fix bad singing, you can't fix bad acting. And with him, it's both in this movie, and it's not good. Okay, so I'm just gonna let you guys like calm down from the pitchfork hating with my honorable mentions. My honorable mentions. This is actually part of the in my other video, I mentioned this. I mentioned this film because I said that I said that it wasn't a part of my favorite things. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. It was just It's on this list. Alistair Sim, A Christmas Carol. Rewatch. Yeah, rewatching it again. It's just not one of. It's. It does. It. So. What I mean by that. So what I mean by Alistair Sim, A Christmas Carol, not the live action, the cartoon. The cartoon version, the 25-minute cartoon version is on this list, not the live action version that I mentioned in the other video. This short A Christmas Carol, Alistair Sim, was made, I think, 20 years after he did the live action, and it really shows. The animation is, I don't even know what they were trying to do with the animation. They crammed the whole story in 25 minutes. And it's not like Mickey's A Christmas Carol 25 minutes. It's just, they talk so fast, and they kind of just like, there's no Christmas spirit in this whole thing. It's just Scrooge going through the whole thing. And you can actually find this on YouTube if you want to check it out. But if you love A Christmas Carol as much as I do, I wouldn't. And then the second honorable mention is The Flintstones, A Christmas Carol. I say that this is the worst because it's not memorable at all. Like, literally, I don't remember it at all. I just know that I just remember me watching it and me turning it off and putting on Lion King instead. Like, I did not like this as a kid. I did not like this version as a kid, and I just remember me not liking it now. Me not liking it so much, I just did not watch it at all after watching it then. Like, I know it exists, and I remember watching it once. It just did not keep my attention. Now, with all that said, number one, the worst Christmas Carol adaptation ever. The 2019 A Christmas Carol that was worked on with BBC at FX, starring Tom Hardy as Scrooge. Where do I start with this one? So I'm actually going to watch it again next week because it's such a what the hell kind of adaptation. So this is a loose retelling of A Christmas Carol where Scrooge is 50 years old. I actually did not know that he's actually supposed to be like 60 to 70 years old. Originally, everyone just keeps... everyone who plays Scrooge, except for Patrick Stewart, has like played him as like this really old man. But in this one, he's like 50 to 49 years old, and I don't understand that. And I think this is supposed to be like, I think it's still like 6 years after Marley's death, and they add some things that were kind of mentioned in the book, but not really. That were kind of put into in other adaptions, but they also took out. They took out a lot. Not really like so much, but the stuff that they put in really overrided what they kept in and what they took out. And good lord. Okay, so you know what? This is just gonna be a whole no. Okay, going to keep this short. What they add is very. What they add. Okay, okay. I'm trying so hard not to like spoil it for you guys because I actually. It's an adaptation so bizarre that I actually kind of want you guys to see it. It's going to be premiering on FX. It's already on Prime, I think. If not Prime, then Hulu, I think. But it's such a bizarre adaptation that I really want you guys to go see it. And it's, if you do not like cursing, which is amazing that, sorry, my cat pooted. If you wanted to hear Scrooge and Marley say the F-bomb like 30 times, if you ever wanted to hear that, this is the adaptation for you. I'm not joking, guys. Okay, so the director of Peaky Blinders directed this, and I really think that there was a writer who did American Horror Story on this project. I really do, because it is the most. I really wonder if what's his name who created and directed American Horror Story, if that guy was on this project too. I really wonder, because it's not like American Horror Story at all. However, it has American Horror Story elements. And as an article, I think it was the Atlantic article, I think, I'm going to like fact check myself over here. This one article put it as if Scrooge was a SVU, yes, Special Victims Unit suspect. And it borderlines on that. Yes, it's like if Scrooge was a Special Victims Unit suspect. Okay. Why do I tell you guys to go and see this? Because they add some stuff into it that makes it a little bit worth it. And I say that with a grain of salt. If you guys don't mind some things being added, so like a little bit of spoiler, Scrooge and Marley had this factory and it burned down and killed a lot of people. One of the people that died will later give Jacob Marley his chains. I love that. I adore that. The actor who played Tiny Tim is actually disabled, and I love that. They show some of the set designs are really, really great. And then some of them look like, ever seen one of those factory commercials? It looks like that. And it's kind of weird and kind of really out of place. It kind of looks like the factory in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory remake. It kind of looks like that, and it's kind of weird, and really out of place. But the rest of the set designs are cool. There is BIPOC representation in this, and the actress who plays Mrs. Cratchit, who is black, is an amazing actress, and she does a lot for this role, guys, like a lot. It's amazing, and it's amazing. And and if you like to see Andy Serkis go crazy, this is the one for you. And it's I'm gonna be doing an actual review of this movie once it's a movie. Once I'm gonna be doing an actual review of it once I watch it again next week, and it'll be probably posted after Christmas, but it'll be fine. But it's such an adaptation, guys. It's such go see it. Go and see it. It's such a bad adaptation that it's kind of good. It's if you're curious about it, go watch it. If you're not and you're horrified by the sound of this, still go watch it. Or not. It's up to you. It's oh guys. Okay. I'm going to stop. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. Your support is amazing, and I love you guys. Happy Christmas.